I grew up in a small country and even smaller economy, convinced that if I want my work to resonate globally, I have to pack my bags and move to London or New York or any other center of creative industry. But I like it here. I like you. All the people I love are here. So I decided to stay. In 1995, we opened a small design studio that in the next decade turned into an advertising agency. And until 2007, everything went more or less as we predicted. But 2007 has changed everything. That year, I finished a small project for the food company that we still work with. It was an annual report. It was made of two books. The big book with big numbers and the small book with the secret recipes. Well, the problem was that the small book was completely empty. Why? Because you had to prove that you have at least basic cooking skills to get the secret recipes. Basic skills like turning on the oven. So you had to bake the book on 100 degrees for 25 minutes. And if you did it well, you got the recipes. You would be surprised how many people can bake. For long years, I was developing that color with my printer. And at one point, I was so desperate that I asked him, can we put some lemon juice into the printing machine? He was horrified, of course, but on the end, we did it. And everybody was happy with the project. And I thought it would be fantastic if Design.com, the most influential media outlet for design and architecture, could write a small article about it. So I sent them an email. And on my surprise, they did. But what happened next was beyond my imagination, because the article was picked up by global media outlets around the world, like New York Times. We got a call from Korean embassy that some Korean television is looking for us. And we realized the world has dramatically changed. Everything is different from now, because you don't have to pack your bags and move to London or New York. You don't have to be rich or influential. You don't need to know the editor of New York Times in person, and you definitely don't need this expensive PR agency from London. All you need is just connection to internet. And if you do something interesting, the whole world will talk about it. What can you do to make people and media talk about you? Well, 15 years ago, a young man appeared on our doorstep. He did branding for his new company. He said he's going to make the fastest electric hypercar in the world. And we were like, yeah, dude, of course we will make the fastest electric hypercar in the world. But we did it, and he did it. And for years we thought that his main business is making super fast electric cars. But then one day we realized that the guy developed incomparably bigger and more profitable businesses on the side. And then we realized that his car is just the tip of the iceberg, and that his car is just his hero product. Hero product is something that makes you visible, something that makes you seen, something that makes people talk about you, or even make you famous with your target audience. Hero product doesn't necessarily need to be a product. It can be a service or skill or ability, anything that gets you through informational clutter, anything that gets you through the noise. Every organization, every company, every person should have a hero product, because this is the most effective communication tool you can have today. It can be something super complicated like a car, or something utterly simple. We worked for a winery that produces fantastic, deep red, beautiful wine. But the problem is that there is approximately 380,000 wineries in the world that are producing fantastic wine and running after distributors and running after your attention. So, how can we help? Well, we didn't do much. We just stick the white piece of paper on the bottle. And my mom famously asked, "You are actually paid for this?" And I was. And from functional perspective, this is super stupid idea because you have a hard time to read the name of the brand and what's in the bottle because it's printed with small white letters on the white paper in the corner. But then why we did it? Well, the winery is from the island famous for snow white stone and for generations of artists. And when you have one glass of that fantastic wine, just one, not 5, you get inspired, you start to get ideas. And for years now, people draw and people write and people post on social networks. It's zero investment, self-perpetuated social media campaign for years now. And it's not only that. We filmed a friend of mine who was drawing the bottle with the wine, of course. And we filmed this video and then we literally Googled the email addresses of journalists who are writing about wine around the world. The world is full of journalists who need to write about something every day. And if you do something interesting, they will write about you for free. And then distributors. Distributors are reading these articles. They also need to present something new to their customers. And next day, instead of you running after them with other 380,000 wineries, they're calling you. 6 months after launch, this winery had distributors in all Europe and North America. What is your hero product? What is that something worth investing, developing, make it even more differentiating than it is? What is that something that will make people talk about you, that will make people remember you, maybe even make you famous? Well, maybe you can ask AI. AI is getting smarter and smarter every day. All these 380,000 wineries, now they have fantastic ideas in their palm. And when implemented, the world will be flooded with intelligence and beauty. But I wonder how we are going to differentiate in this vast ocean of smartness. Well, for that, we might need simple, stupid, human ideas again. Thank you.